49 years living under his guidance. So where do I go from here? For me, the answer is simple. I head to the water and to the woods. With every trip, I get to relive a lifetime of memories and continue life where he left off. Just like he taught me. Welcome to the country. All right, guys, so I got to get out and do the morning chores before I got to go to work this afternoon. I'm going to take you down to the deer pens with me, introduce everybody to the deer. I got quite a few new subscribers that I know have not seen the deer, so I'm just going to get out there, introduce you guys to the deer, talk about them a little bit. So just give me a few minutes to get out there, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we'll start off right here with Topaz and Boaz. So Boaz is a yearling buck. Hey, buddy. And we paired him up with Topaz here. And he turned out to be a pretty nice yearling. He was 4x5 as a yearling. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer look at his antlers there. So pretty nice buck for a yearling. Not nearly as big as what his dad was. His dad was the state record at 320 some inches as a yearling. But we're pretty happy with what he done on year number one. Of course, we're expecting him to really kind of start coming on and blow up this year, hopefully. He broke off on the left there. He broke off the end of his main beam, and I never did find it. It's out here in the pen somewhere, but I never did find it. So I'll look for that maybe a little bit more. But like I said, hopefully his antlers will be coming off here pretty soon, and he'll grow us a giant set this year. Topaz here, she is turning 6 years old this year. She's one that we bottle raised. Hey, baby, she wasn't born here. We bought her from another farm. Hey, sweetheart. And her ear tag is number 5, so hi, baby. You got Buckshot at number 4 and Topaz here at number 5. And she had a fawn last year that died when it was about 3 months old. It was number 44. So we're from number 4 and 5 still on the farm at 6 years old. The number 44 was what we was up to as far as fawns go back when we were breeding. So maybe she'll give us number 45. We'll just have to see. We're expecting her to for sure, but you never know. Look at this guy. Hey. Hey, stop it. So this guy he's a really aggressive deer. He's much more aggressive than what Buckshot is. Each deer is an individual, and he is a really aggressive buck. You can see he's kind of posturing to me here. Doesn't like me in here around his girlfriend. And he could be really dangerous. He could kill you really easily if he wanted to. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get out of here in a second. I'll get out of here in a second. Leave me alone. So I got to be real careful when I come down here. You can see all this. These pieces of his water troughs, and there's just an aggressive kind of something he likes to do. You can see how muddy his antlers are where he's spilling his water bowl. I just filled their water bowl up just a second ago. He'll spill that, dump it over, push it around. So he's a really aggressive buck, so you got to be real careful. Well, we got to be real careful when we're out here with him, but Hey. Said he really doesn't like me out here messing with Topaz, so I don't really want to turn my back to him for very long. I got to kind of keep an eye on him. So there is Topaz and Boaz. I'll get out of here. I'll run him off over there, and I'll get out and I'll show you the little buck that we have in the north pen here in just a second. So give me a second to get the camera turned around and get out that gate, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, this little deer right here is a buck we call Little Man. And it's hard to tell, but he does have antlers. He has two little bitty spikes on his head. And he's been in the north pen all by himself all winter. You know, with the way that we got him set up, you really don't want bucks in the pens together. They'll be fighting and stuff like that. And I'm sure that either Buckshot or Boaz would have killed this guy if they were in the pen together. So he stayed in the north pen all winter. So he's a little bit more skittish, I think, because of that, because he's by himself. But, you know, it's not going to be long that these deer, they're going to drop their antlers. And once they start growing back, the testosterone goes down, and their demeanor is going to change. They're going to be a lot nicer to each other once that does happen. So as soon as everybody drops their antlers, then we will reacquaint everybody, and they will be back together for the summertime. So we'll see what Little Man does with his second set of antlers. Yeah, buddy, I'm talking about you. So he was actually one of a set of triplets that we had, and obviously the other two. One we found dead the next morning. They were born at night. All three of them were born, you know, in the pens here, and one we found dead the next day. And he had a twin brother that we lost, that got sick and died. So he is the lone survivor of those triplets there. So hopefully he does something amazing this year. So we'll see what happens. But let me turn around here and get in the other pen, and we'll show you the other two deer that we have here in the west pen. Okay, guys, so this is Ruby and Buckshot. Ruby is turning 13 years old this year, and we paired her up with Buckshot here. Buckshot is turning 6 years old this year. He was born right here on the farm. His ear tag is number 4, so he was one of the first ones that we ever had. Like I said, we did it for about 6 years, 7 years. We was actively in the deer breeding business, and a couple of years ago we sold out most of the deer. We kept, you know, the ones that we were really fond of, and Ruby and Buckshot are two of those. Hey, buddy, he is a beautiful, beautiful 5x6. Long brow tines, a couple of kickers. Just a really nice looking deer. So last year, Ruby did not have a fawn. But hopefully, she gives us another baby this year. We'll see. Hey, buddy, look here. So this guy should be dropping his antlers here in the next month or two. Yeah, you just never know when they're going to drop them, but really anxious to see what he does at year number 6. And when he drops those antlers, we'll compare year 4 from year 5 here, but he didn't grow as much. He lost a little bit. I think he was bigger last year actually. But I've got his sheds in the house, and we'll compare those when he does drop them. But yep, there's a look at Ruby and Buckshot. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for today. Just a real quick video. Just come down here and introduce all the new subscribers to the deer we have, and kind of get everybody reacquainted with the deer. And really looking forward to this antler season, to see what Boaz does at year number 2. Hopefully he blows up and he gets really big. So we'll see how that goes. And little man over there, we'll see what he does, even though he's the smallest yearling we've ever had. That don't mean anything really. He could blow up and be a giant. You just never know. So that's the fun of it, is to watch them get to grow every year and see what they do from year to year. So I want to thank you guys for watching.